Hello, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make your custom footprints on sand or snow or other materials. So let's get started. If you look at the sequencer, you see a walk cycle and I animated using Mixamo. If you haven't seen the video that I use Mixamo converter to convert any animation from Mixamo and apply it to MetaHuman, please find the link in the description. Also, I have another tutorial that shows how to dress up your custom character with a custom cloth using free version of MetaTailor. If you haven't seen this video, please check the description and I put a link to the description. If you see this walk cycle, there is no footprint on the ground, and at the bottom of the shoes there is no snow, so we need to edit the texture of the shoes and then use the decals to apply the footprints on the ground and animate them. So stay with me until the end of the video. First of all, we should open the cloth in Blender and edit the textures using texture painter tools in Blender. So I will open Blender, delete all this stuff, and from the file menu, import FBX, go to the location of your cloth and choose this FBX file. This is the cloth that I exported from MetaTailor, and as you can see, the avatar is still here, and we should delete the avatar and the hands and everything, and then we could export it to Unreal Engine. But we don't need to import it to Unreal Engine because we only need to edit the textures. If you click on viewport shading, you see there's no textures on the cloth, so we need to import the texture and then we can edit the bottom of the shoes and then re-import into Unreal Engine. If you haven't seen how to dress up your custom cloth through MetaHuman, please check out my other tutorials. I put the link in the description below. So to apply the texture to the shoes, click on the shoes, and on the right side you see the boots black 001, and from here click and drag it up, and from this clock select shader editor. You can zoom in using the scroll and you can pan it with a middle mouse. So we need to apply the normal map and the base color. Click on base color, drag it to the left and search for image texture, just like this, and click. And from open section, go to the location of your textures, boots, color, and select boots.png. We should apply the normal map as well. Click and drag to the left, search for image texture, click, and from open section go to the location of your textures and select boot normal map. We can do the same for the right boot as well, but it's not necessary because the texture of both are the same. So we need to change one texture and we can apply it to both of them. So I want to paint the bottom of the shoe, so when I import it to the Photoshop, I can recognize where is the bottom of the shoes. So click on the base color and then go to the texture paint section. You see, this is the texture of the boots, and I need to paint it with a different color because I just want to know where is exactly the location of the bottom of the shoes. So from here, select draw and change the color to green, some different color, and you can decrease the radius, for example 20, and paint it with a different color. If you look at this section, you see the bottom of the shoes. You can't see the bottom of the shoes in the base color. If I open the texture, boots, color, and boots. This is the base color of the boots, and these areas are the bottom of the shoes, but we can't see in the base color. That's why we need to import it into the Blender, and then we need to paint it with a different color, and then we can export this one to Photoshop and apply the snow footprint on the bottom of the shoes. So that's my workflow to edit the textures of a cloth. You can do this for any cloth that you download from internet, and you dress it up with MetaTailor free version, and you can edit them in the free version of Blender, because the Blender is free and you can use it easily. So you see, these areas are the bottom of the shoes, so paint it carefully. If you paint the textures in the wrong way, you can hold Control and delete this area easily. So you can replace the color with black and erase this area so easily. So we only need to know the location of the bottom of the shoes, because we can replace the bottom of the shoes with the textures. We can download the snowy texture from internet and apply it to the bottom of the shoes. So this is my workflow to edit a texture in Blender. You don't need to be skillful. You can follow this simple task and paint these areas. As you can see, with a click we can paint it, and when I'm holding Control and paint, we can erase unwanted area just like this. So these area are the bottom of the shoes, just like this. And also these areas, you see, these areas are the bottom of the shoes, and we can replace it with a good texture that we can download from internet, and we can do it in Photoshop easily. So I Control Z, press Control Z. So I guess it's enough. We can save this texture from the image section, save as, and save it somewhere in your hard drive. I will call it boot 1, for example, and save as image. Now open Photoshop and then import the original texture into the Photoshop. Just drag and drop it to the Photoshop. Then drag and drop this one that I exported from Blender. I can copy this one and paste it here. You see? We need to replace this green color with a good texture from internet. You can search for snow texture or snow footprint on Google. Open Chrome and search for snow footprint PNG and look for a good texture and replace it with a green color. For example, I want to replace the green color with this texture. Click on it. It has a good quality. Right click on it and save image as, and save it somewhere in your hard drive. For example, in download folder, save and drag and drop it into the Photoshop as well. We need to select these areas. We can select the subject from the select menu to auto select these areas. If you see, the Photoshop didn't select these areas very good, so we need to select it manually. With this button on the left, click on it, and with the brush color we can erase these red colors and add it to selection area. If it's on the white, we can remove the color, and if it's on the black, we can add it this way. So press X to change the colors. I put it on white and erase this area just like this. I want to add it to the selection area. And if I select this one again, you see we have selected the footprint very carefully. Now we need to copy the footprint. Press Ctrl C, go to this one, and press Ctrl V. And we need to adjust the size and place it on the green area, but we don't know the bottom of the shoes. Is it here or here? Go back to Blender and choose a different color, for example red, and draw a line just like this to understand the bottom of the shoes. It's here, it's at the bottom, so we need to replace it here. Control plus to zoom in, and we can hold Control and drag these points to fit the green area just like this. We need to cover the green areas. Don't forget to hold Control and click on these points, and this way we can replace the bottom of the shoes with a good texture that we already downloaded from internet. I guess it's good, and click on this checkbox, and we need to replace the green areas with the snow color. Select the eyedropper tool, click on the bottom of the shoes to grab the color of the snow, and then we can replace this color with the snow color with paint bucket tool. Select the layer, click on the green area, and it will be replaced with the new color just like this. Cover all the green lines. So we need to remove this color from this layer because we don't need this layer anymore, and we just need this white color. we can select the magic wand tool. If you don't see it, click and hold the mouse and select the magic wand tool. Click on the white color just like this, hold shift and click this one to add to the selection area, and we can cut it with Ctrl X. Make a new layer and paste it from the edit, paste spatial, paste in place, or press shift Ctrl V just like this. Bring this to the bottom of this layer, and now you can delete this one because we don't need these areas, the black areas. We only need to replace the green color with the texture that we already downloaded from internet. Now we can save this one as a texture. We can save it with PNG or TIFF. I prefer to save it with TIFF format because when I save it with PNG, these areas that it's transparent will be white in Unreal Engine. To be understand, I will save it with two formats to see the differences. Save as copy. At first I will save it with PNG format. I call it boot, for example, snow, and save it with PNG. And then I will save it with TIFF format, this one, and I will call it boot underline snow, and I will check the save transparency. It will give you this error that it says that many programs do not support transparency in TIFF, but the Unreal Engine will support this one. So please click on yes button and save it with transparency, and then click on OK. Save. You see, both of them are transparent, but when I import it into the Unreal Engine, this area will be white. I don't know why. I guess it's a bug from Unreal Engine, but if I save it with TIFF format, the problem will be solved. Now we need to export this one as a normal map. We can convert the base color to a normal map. I used to use Photoshop to generate the normal map from the filter menu, 3D generate normal map, but it doesn't work in 2023 or 2024 because Adobe announced that it will be removed from the Photoshop soon. So I don't know, it was a good feature, but it doesn't work in this version. So I use an online converter. Go to Google and search for convert base color to normal map online, and I will use the smartpage.net. It's a good converter. You just need to introduce the base color and it will generate the normal map automatically. Please choose this one or this one, it doesn't matter, just like one of them. I guess it doesn't support TIFF format, so I will select the PNG one. Select the PNG. As you can see, it will generate the normal map automatically. You can increase the bias number. For example, if I set it to 100, you know, the normal map will be exaggerated, but if I set it to, for example, 70, I guess it produce a good quality normal map. We can save it. Just click on save button and it will load in another tab. You can right click on it and select save image as, and save it somewhere in the texture folder. For example, I call it boot snow underline normal, and save it this way. We don't need the Blender program anymore and we can close it, because we just needed the Blender to paint the bottom of the shoes to be understandable in Photoshop. so I will close it, go to Unreal Engine and go to the location of your boot texture and import this texture, this one. I will import 3 of them to understand the difference between PNG and TIFF. Yes, you see this one, it's a PNG one, and if you look at these areas, it's the white. I don't know why it's transparent when I open it, but it's white in these areas, and when I apply it to the character, you see the white areas. So that's why I use the TIFF format instead of PNG. Drag and drop it to the Photoshop, and if you look at carefully, there is no white areas in this transparent area. So that's why I use TIFF format. We need to create a material. Right click, select material, and I call it M_boot_snow, and I will drag these two to this area. I will connect the base color to base color and normal map to normal. Save it and close it. We need to replace it with the original boot. Go to the location of the blueprint, viewport, and click on torso, because we applied the cloth to the torso. Scroll down, and from the boots black we can replace it with a new material. Select the material and click on this button. You should replace it for 2 foot, this one as well. And if I see the bottom of the shoes, you see it's snowy. So this is my method to replace texture with my own. Compile it and save it, and close the blueprint. Go to the sequencer, and if you see the bottom of the shoes is snowy, and you can feel that it walk on the snow. So the only problem is that you can't see any footprint on the ground. We can use a decal, and you can download it from the Quixel Bridge. Go to the content browser, right click, add Quixel content, and after you log into the Quixel, search for footprint. Also add snow, and it will search for snow footprint material, and select the one that is suitable. For example, this one, if you look at the bottom of the footprint, it's just like this, or you can select this one as well. It depends your taste, but I prefer this one. Click on export high quality, and it will be added to your project. Close the Quixel, and this is the textures, and this one is the decal that you can add it to your scene. Drag and drop it to the scene this way, and as you can see, it's too big. You need to make it smaller from the scale section you can type, for example, 0.5 or 0.2. I guess it's too big. 0.1. Move it with these handles and place it at the bottom of the shoes. Rotate it with E. And I need to scale it from the, if I'm not mistaken, it's the y-axis. Yes, it's a y-axis, and I will scale it just like this to have a good shape. Scale it a little, and I will place it under the Superman shoes. But if you look carefully, the shoes will receive the decal. We need to deactivate the decal to not show the decal on the shoes. Click on the character, go to the torso section, because we applied the shoes and the cloth to torso. And in the search section, search for decal and uncheck the receive decals. Go to the sequencer, and if you look carefully, there's no decal on the shoes anymore. So we need to move the decal. I guess we've lost it. Search for footprint, this one, and move it and place it exactly under the shoes. We need to scale it a little more. Bring it forward, and I need to scale it from this side as well, just like this, a little to the right, a little backward, and place it exactly under his shoes, and bring it up a little, just like this. I guess it's good now. And at the bottom it's not good. We need to scale a little more, and we need to rotate it just like this, and adjust the position of the decal exactly under his shoes. I guess it's enough, and we need to animate it using the transform section. Just drag and drop the decal to this section, and from this plus icon select transform. Go to the first frame, and we need to bring it down and hide it under the ground. Click on this keyframe to create the keyframe, and exactly where the shoes is on the ground, we need to bring it up just like this and make a keyframe. You see, when it move the foot, you see the decal on the ground. If I press G, you don't see this decal. So in the same way, we can copy this decal and place it in the right place and animate it in the transform section. So I will select this one, hold Alt and bring it down to duplicate this footprint, and we need to rotate it this way from the x-axis. So go to the detail section, and from the x-axis I need to remove the minus and press E. Just like this. You see, it's from two different foot with the same decal. It is this way, but this one is this way. Press G, place it exactly where he lands his foot on the ground, and then we can animate it easily from the transform section. So I will place it first under his shoes, you see, it's exactly under his shoes. I will move it a little bit and we can animate it. First we need to add it to this sequencer, and from this section select transform, and in the first frame we need to bring it down and make a new keyframe, and till here it should be down, and here we should bring it up to the ground and make a new keyframe. You see, and we can move it a little to the right to appear in this frame, just like this. I will make 4 of them, and you can repeat this process for all his steps. I will copy and duplicate for this one from this one, click on it, hold Alt and bring it forward and place it under his shoes. I will place it here. It's not exact, but when it here, not there. When it put his foot on the ground, we need to add the decal under his shoes, and then we can animate it the way I thought. I guess it's good. We can rotate it a little, and now we can add it to the sequencer, add transform, go to the first frame, press W, bring it down, make a keyframe till here. We shouldn't see the decal, so I will create another keyframe, and in this frame we should bring it up to the ground and make another keyframe. So this way we can animate the decals. I will bring this one forward and it will appear in 2 or 3 frames. You see, For this foot, I will copy and duplicate from this one, click on it, hold Alt and bring it forward and place it under his foot. Wait when he put his foot on the ground, adjust the position and place it exactly under the foot, just like this, and try to hide it under the foot because it's a footprint and it will show only when he walk. I will place it here. I will rotate it a little forward. I guess it's enough. Go to the first frame. First add it to the sequencer, add transform, go to the first frame. I will bring it down, make a new keyframe, move the CTI to this frame. I don't want to see the decal to this frame, so I will create another keyframe and I want to appear this frame, so I will bring it up. So this way we can animate the decals to appear just like this. Now if I place your camera here, you see the bottom of the shoes and you see the footprint on the ground. I hope you like this video tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel, like it and share your comments in the comment section below. Thank you so much.